You see, said in local language, it is when an individual runs away from dealing with his or her personal issues, that is what happens. When the individual is afraid to deal with his or her own issues, that is what happens when we generate or we try to replace this person with another. That process of replacing means that I have not dealt with my own issues. You see, when the husband or the wife seeks interest outside, it is not a problem with his or her spouse. The problem is with him or her. I see that again. The problems of this world, are not out there. The problems that we encounter in this world are in here. Remember this. A problem that we have in this world, any problem, it is not out there. The problem that we have is in here. So when we leave or we seek refuge in another person in dealing with some of the imperfections in our personality, it is not that there's a problem with the other person. Of course the other person may have shortcomings as a human being. But when we go jumping or from pillar to post seeking comfort and security, it is purely this. It is that we have not dealt with the unhealthy, the imperfections within our own self when it comes to what that person was supposed to help us deal with in the first place. So what is the end result? The end result is that we take our problems from one relationship and we go and we carry it into another. And after we get past the euphoria and the joy and the enthusiasm and the novelty of that relationship, the problems that we took from that old relationship, we carry it into another. And please understand me this morning, I'm not criticizing anyone, I'm not saying that having a divorce is a right or wrong thing. I'm saying that unless you process and you deal with the imperfections that you have in your current relationships, you will never be able to get out of it in going and engaging into others. And those people, the husband, the wife, even those relationships that are not good, those individuals are also your soulmate. I ask you this question. The old man that in the story that I gave earlier, who was his soulmate? All the individuals that we described were his soulmates. Each of them was a soulmate. The pundit who lectured Sunday after Sunday was a soulmate. But he never invoked, he never filled the void of the imperfection in the old man in teaching him how to pray. It was the daughter. It was the daughter in his life that caused him to understand and to know what it is to pray with conviction. And like this, you're reminded that a soulmate is not one person in your life. A soulmate is any and everyone that comes into your life. They have come for a reason. To teach you, to help you develop and process the unhealthy and imperfections within our own life. You see, someone said it this way. When you have pain and the doctor gives you an anesthetic, a local anesthetic, what happens? The pain goes away, right? But when the anesthetic or the anesthesia wears away, the pain comes back. And you see, when we fail to process and learn from the relationships that are even trying in our lives, it is and run to another, it is like injecting a painkiller. It is not dealing with the problem, it is only yet to manifest itself somewhere later on in your life. I'd like to conclude this morning by reminding you that every child that is born into this world chooses his or her parents beforehand. Swami Jayasatya Surinara Jayakumar Swami re-emphasized that concept. He says, every child that is born into this world chooses his or her parents. You, my friends, you chose your parents. You chose the brothers and sisters in your life. You chose that family. You chose the environment. You chose the circumstances. Why? Because the mere fact that you have come back again, it meant that we chose those people that we should be closest to our family to help us to deal with our imperfections and unhealthy aspects. So, when the child has a disagreement with the parent, when the wife has a disagreement with the daughter, when the husband has issues with the wife, they are all choices that we would have made as a soul deciding which birth that we come into this world with. Those choices were made beforehand. So today I ask you to re-examine your own life and remember that we should cherish and treasure the relationships that we have. Treasure them because they are part of the perfection of the universe. And part of that perfection is bringing people into our life that will help us develop physically, develop emotionally, intellectually, and ultimately develop spiritually to deal and process the imperfections in our life, so that when death knocks on our door, Shivoham, Nirvana, Moksha, that ultimate experience that stops the cycle of birth and death, that will be ours to enjoy. So today, I want you to contemplate, what is the purpose? What is the learning based on the people that I have currently in my life? Am I using them to help me deal with my imperfections? If not, find out, ask the questions, and I'm sure you will find a reason why they are there. They are your soulmate. Prem se bolo Syaama Ramachandra ki